What is up, fans? The Kindergarten Rocks channel here. Today's book is called Junie B Jones and the Meanie Jim's Birthday. Chapter 6. Daydreaming. Mrs. took attendance. Attendance is when you say, "I'm here," except if you're not here. You have to be quiet. Also, we said, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America." Then it's called opening ceremonies, I think. After that, we sat down and Mrs. passed out our workbooks. She told us the pages to turn to. It was work about different kinds of shapes, like circles and squares and triangles. I'm a breeze at that stuff, only I couldn't even concentrate very good, on account of I kept daydreaming about that birthday party. Daydreaming is just like night dreaming, only it's not night, and you're not asleep, and you're not dreaming. I kept on thinking about how everybody was going to the party, only not me. I was the only one in all of room 9. I wish Lucy and Grace weren't going too. I thought to just myself, 'cause that would be nice sports of them. After a while, I tapped on Lucy. "You're my bestest good friend," I told her. Lucy smiled at me. "You're my bestest good friend too," she said. I touched her new dress. "You look very precious today," I said. Lucy fluffed herself. "Thank you. You look very precious today too," she said back. I touched her fingernails with polish on them. "I wish you and me could be twins," I said. "Me too. I wish you and me could be twins too," she said. Just then my whole face got happy. Lucy, I just thought of something. You and me can pretend we are twins, and we can do everything just the same. And so on Saturday you can come to my house and I will put nail polish on my nails just like you. And you will stay home from the birthday party just like me." Lucy didn't say anything back. I tapped on her. "How come you're not talking, twin?" I said. "How come you're not saying anything back?" "'Cause I want to go to the party, that's why," said Lucy. I did a huffy breath at her. "Yes, Lucy, I know you want to go to the party, but now you and me are twins, and twins have to do everything just the same. And so if I don't go to the party, then you can't go to the party too. On account of that is the twin rule. No, twin rules." "No, it's not," said Lucy. "My cousins are twins, and one is a boy and one is a girl, and they don't do anything alike." I jumped up from my chair. "Yeah, only that is not the kind of twin. I want to be Madam," I yelled. Mrs. snapped her loud fingers at me. "Sit down," she hollered. Just did that, Jim turned around in his chair and he laughed real mean at me, 'cause I was in trouble. "Turn around, you fatty head," I said. Only he didn't turn around, and so that's how come I had to run to his table and I had to turn it around for him. "Junie B Jones!" shouted Mrs. "What are you doing?" "I am turning around his fatty head," I explained. Mrs. hurried to where I was. Then she quick turned my arms and she marched me into the hall. She pointed to the principal's office. "Go!" she said real angrily. I did a gulp. "Yeah, only I'm not actually supposed to go there anymore," I said. "'Cause me and Mother have to talk about it. And she said for me not to get sent there again." Mrs. face got red as a tomato. She started counting numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that's how come I hurried up and walked, 'cause teachers who count numbers are the scariest kind there is. Chapter 7. My story this time by Junie B Jones. Principal is the boss of the school. He lives at an office. I have to go there when I'm unruly. Unruly is the school word for not being ruly. There is a typing lady there. She isn't allowed to smile. Sit down, she said. She pointed at the blue chair. Yeah, only I don't actually like to sit there, remember that. A status where the bad kid said, and I'm not even bad, I explained. I explained that to her every time I go there. The typing lady leaned over the counter at me. She made her face look scared at me. Sit down, I said. I sat down. Then I pulled my frog jumper over my face so nobody could see me. Pull your skirt back down, said the typing lady. Yeah, only I'm actually allowed to do this because I have on tights, I said. See them. They are green with little tadpoles on them. Just then, I heard Principal's voice. Well, Junie B Jones, what a surprise, he said. My mouth dropped all the way open. Hey! I hollered from under my dress. How did you know it's me under here? 'Cause you can't even see my face. Lucky guess, said Principal. After that, I uncovered my head, and me and him went in his office. I climbed up the big wood chair. Principal looked very tiredish. He rubbed the sides of my baldy head. Okay, let's hear it. What's your story this time? He said. I sat up straight and tall. My story this time by Junie B Jones. Once upon a time, I didn't get invited to a meanie boy's birthday, and I'm the only one in all of room 9 who isn't going. And so that's how come I was moving today. Only mother brought me to school very stiff, and I was a buzzing bee. Only crybaby William is a squealer, and Lucy won't be a good twin. And so Mrs. yelled at me, and that's how come I had to twist that Jim's head, and now I'm sitting here in the big wood chair. I folded my hands on my lap. The end. Principal puts his head down on his desk. I peeked at him. Are you laying low? I whispered. He sat up again. Then he called my mother on the telephone. Those two talk very often. That time they talked about the birthday party, and I'm not invited. After that hanged up Principal looked nicer at me. I guess sometimes when grown-ups think we're the only ones with problems, he said, we forget that even your little life can be tough. 'Cause it's Junie B Jones. Yeah, I said. Life can't get your goat after that. Me and him went out of his office, and he lifted me into the blue chair again. I want you to wait here a minute, he said. There's someone I have to talk to before I can get this settled. Yeah, only guess what? I don't actually want to sit in this chair, I explained, on account of this is where the bad kids sit, and I'm not even bad. Principal thought and thought. Then he snapped his fingers. I think I might have a perfect solution, he said. He went in his office and bought out a big giant shopping bag. What if we hide you under here, he asked. If we hide you under this bag, no one will be able to see you at all. I jumped up and down very excitedly, because hiding is my favorite thing in the whole wide world, that's why. Principal sat me down in the chair. He put the giant shopping bag over my head. Hey! Who turned out the lights? I said. Then I laughed and laughed, because that is called comedy, of course. I bent on my knees and pulled them under the bag. I hung them real tight. Now all you can see is the tiny tippy toes of my shoes, I said very happily. They're the perfect test solution I ever saw. And so how did you even think of this wonderful thing, I asked. Only Principal didn't answer me back. 'Cause he probably went back to his office already. After that, I hid it inside my bag. I hid it a real long time. It was a jillion years, I think. Guess what? This is taking longer than a minute, I said from inside there. The typing lady didn't answer me. Yeah, only guess what else? My knees are very bended and squashed in there, I said, and so this isn't good for my circulation, probably. Just then my legs started scribbling all around because I was getting ants in my pants, that's why. Hey, doesn't anybody have ears? Get me out of here right now, because I'm at the end of my rope and this thing, plus also I'm getting ants in my... All of a sudden, somebody yanked the bag right off my head. It was the scaredy typing lady pants, I said very soft. Then she took me back to the principal's office, and guess what? That Jim was in there. He was sitting in a big wood chair, and the principal was following at him. Junie B, our friend Jim here has something he wants to say to you. Don't you, Jim? Asked Principal. That meanie Jim didn't answer. He kept on looking at his feet. Principal tapped his fingers. We're waiting, Jim, he said. Then that Jim did a huffy breath. And he said the words, I'm sorry. Principal raised up his eyebrows. Sorry for what, Jim? Tell Junie B what you're sorry for. That Jim stared at his feet some more. I'm sorry I didn't give her an invitation to my party, he said, very grumpy. But your mother told you to didn't she, Jim, said Principal. Your mother told you to give an invitation to every single person in your class, but you got mad at Junie B and you decided not to give it to her one. Isn't that right? That meanie boy did his shoulders up and down. I guess, I said real soft. Principal crossed her arms, and so, what are you going to do to correct the problem, he asked. That Jim waited, and all of a sudden he got down from his chair, and he held out an invitation to me. My stomach did a flippy flop. For me? Is that really for me? I said very squantily. Then I snatched the thing right out of his hand, and I zoomed all around the room. Oh boy, I said, it's really for me. It's really for me, and so now I'm not the only one. I zoomed all around the big wood chair. Principal looked nervous of me. I hurried up and opened the door. Then I zoomed right out of there, and I didn't stop till I got to room 9. The end. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed chapter 6 and 7 of Junie B Jones, That Meanie Jim's Birthday. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.